Bo Nix and the Broncos were great. It felt like their record was much better than the actual team was, with all of the one-score wins against bad teams, but can't deny the success they had over the course of the year. And Jacksonville, they're...
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just made an entire video about the Denver Broncos, my belief in them, and I went on this whole rant about what is the perception of the end of the Broncos. And it's a great video. Please definitely check it out. And now I come across this. I'm trying to look for other clips to make and whatnot. And I see I didn't hear what he had to say, but I saw the title pie or whatever. And I see the Broncos are at 2% and I go, this is essentially exactly what I just talked about in in a whole 20-minute video. And now I see what Danny says specifically about why they're 2% and can't deny what they did, but I think their record was a little blah blah. And it's like they got to the AFC Championship game and for all intents and purposes should have gotten to the Super Bowl. Okay, practically almost got to the Super Bowl even with their backup quarterback in a bizarre blizzard snowstorm. I don't even know what that was, quite honestly. Okay. And they took down Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And you want to be, but they had some close games against bad teams. What? What are we doing here? What are we talking about? I mean, so let me get this straight. It's more impressive that the Los Angeles Rams lost against these lower teams, but the Broncos beating them, albeit in some one-core games, that makes it less impressive. Because then I guess they just didn't blow out other random bad teams. That's the logic that we're going off of. That's the logic that we're going off of right now. That makes sense. It makes sense now that the Broncos have the same chance to win the Super Bowl than the Minnesota Vikings, the Houston Texans, the New England Patriots. Well, obviously it's a percent difference. We can just combine the percentage of 3 and 2. It's obviously essentially a minor difference. Some would say it's a 1% difference. The Philadelphia Eagles, and then you're going to elevate the 49ers, the Lions, the Packers. Who beat the Packers last year? Was that the Broncos? Yeah, it was the Chiefs. Who beat the Chiefs last year? Was that the Broncos? Yeah, it was. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. It really is. It really is. This, oh, man. I really hope you watched that other Denver Broncos video. It's so funny because during the off-season, there's only so much to talk about, at least especially right now, March. And so, it kind of ebbs and flows of how many videos I can make over the weekend, especially now, everyone's on vacation, right? Obviously, Nick Ray's not even here. I'm pretty sure Colin is going to be on vacation all next week. And so, it just can be a little bit harder and you kind of just have to wait for other things to happen, right? How many times can you just kind of be like, I think it's good that the Raiders kept Max Crosby, you can only share that so many times. And especially when you have a limited pool of content to talk about, it's like, listen, you can kind of take it from my viewpoint, you can kind of take it in two directions. You can kind of just be like, well, I know everybody likes these 5 teams, so I'm going to make 2 Eagles videos, and because Saturday and Sunday, I can make 2 Eagles videos and 1 on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. I can do 2 Chiefs videos, Bills, blah blah blah, or you talk about other teams, right? If I'm going to make 10 videos, 12 videos, I'll talk about 12 different teams. And for me, I always try to kind of do mix and match because I just try to talk about what I think is most interesting, right? What feels most relevant. I'm not going to just randomly make a Bucks video just for the sake of doing it, right? I try to find what I think is most interesting, what I find most interesting, and what hopefully you guys find most interesting. And it's like here I am because I was like at first I was like I just literally just recorded a Broncos video and I went on this whole rant, this whole tangent, and it was like, again, I think it's great. I think it's a good video. So again, please do watch it. And then I come across this and I'm just like, I'm not going to make a Broncos video right now, am I? And I'm like, but he has it at 2%. And I'm like, this is perfect. What you just went on this whole rant. And then it's like, well, just see what he says. And now I just saw obviously in real time what he said and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about right now? I could understand if the Broncos then got rolled in the playoffs or something, or if they didn't look good against the Bill. I could understand that. I could understand that. And then to listen to Danny's defense, because I always try to be as favorable as I can. Like he also has the Patriots at 3 and they literally got to the Super Bowl and it's like alright fine. And he's got the Jags, who I think are going to be better than 2% for sure. So it's like alright. And listen, I think it's okay to have teams like the Rams, the Seahawks, etc. up there. Just the disrespect of the Denver Broncos. And it's so funny because I went on a whole rant in that other video about how like I was going to delete this image just because it's, I'm not going to just keep showing the same graphic again and again, but then I was like, I'll save it because I'm sure there's going to be other future takes specifically about the Denver Broncos, about Bix, etc. Throughout the course of this off-season, and we'll see. So, I'll save it, and that's why I still have it here. And it's just like the team that got to the AFC Championship game, the team that quite frankly could have got to the Super Bowl and dare I say maybe even win the Super Bowl. I know it's crazy to even utter that thought. Led by a quarterback who's now going to be in his 3rd year, who's already accomplished an insane amount and all reasons to believe that he's going to continue to get better. Also, a concrete coaching change, which should also all signs point to this improving not only Bo Nix, but the offense as a whole. And we think that that team only will have 2%. 2% wait, what? I swear I'm not trying to just be like, watch my other video. Watch my other video. I mean, like, if you want to, by all means, do. But it's just like this maps onto everything that I talked about in real time. It's obviously going to be like a full day away from when you're watching this video from maybe the other one video. But in real time, I recorded these videos, those 2 videos about, I did a Broncos video, then I did a 49ers video, and now I'm doing a Broncos video. So, it's literally how long was that 49ers video that I just made? That video was for 14 minutes. So, it was probably about 15-16 minutes ago that I just recorded that whole long Broncos video. So, it's just so perfect. It's just literally exactly what I was talking about. It's just so perfect. It's just so perfect. You'd be like, you did this out of order. And I was like, no, I really didn't. I really did. Wow. I love it though. I do. I continue to love it. I continue to love it. I don't want to step on the toes of that other video because also now it feels especially repetitive when I just recorded it. But I mean, I guess I still can't for me because I'm gonna end this video, sooner rather than later, but it still irks me of like I think I think we all agree that essentially the Broncos weren't really that good of a team, but they won the most games in the NFL and the AFC. They were the number 1 seed. First round bye, home field advantage, had an insane game against the Buffalo Bills, beat them. But I think we can all agree that they weren't really that good. Therefore, essentially, like what this means is. Essentially any team that's actually legitimately relevant, right? Not the teams that obviously were like no one's talking about the Jets and their chance to win a Super Bowl. So, when you look at a list like this, it's essentially what teams are actually just relevant. What teams are actually do we believe can do anything remotely competent next year? The Broncos are at the bottom of the list of that team. They're at the bottom. And it's just like where have some of these other teams won, what have they done, whether it mean in the past or just this off-season? And 2, why do they get either the benefit of the doubt of either their shortcomings last season or, whatever, or the confidence that they'll be consistent enough or that they're going to take a step forward, whatever it is, in a way that the Broncos then don't deserve. Like if you think that the Packers are going to be able to take that step forward or the Bears, the Lion, like why are they owed that? Why are they offered that but the Denver Broncos are not? Don't get that. Again, I understand why you continue to have a confidence in teams like the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bills, because those teams do deserve a huge benefit of the doubt. Those teams do deserve a lot of confidence that we know year after year until truly proven otherwise even with the Chiefs having a bad year the Ravens you're still just listen these guys their levels of consistency is clearly better than the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys right so it's just it makes sense I get that I really do and I can have an insane belief even in a team like say the Chicago Bears or the Green Bay Packers I think the Bears are going to be an elite team top team. I believe that the Bears should be 15%. That could be my take. I'm not saying it is, but that could be my take, but I still don't see why they could get offered this, especially if we're now following Danny's logic where the Bears are 5%. And then the Packers are 2%. That's the logic breakdown. And in another video that I made today as well, I went on a whole rant about the logic and how we can apply I think it was a Chargers video. A lot of these, AFC logic videos. But yeah, I don't know 2%. 2% so essentially what is that? They essentially have the 16th best chances to win the Super Bowl. According to Danny. Okay. That's missing the playoffs essentially. Okay. I can't wait. Oh, man. I can't wait. Let me know your thoughts. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it really does help visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.